Hi Cancer, this is wishkotheferret. Thanks for hopping into one of my hidey holes. If you hear any noise in the background, I have my ferrets right over here, and I am with family at the moment, so lots of other activity going on outside of me. So, breathe easy, breathe deep, drop into your heart space for your message for June 5th to 11th. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. Already, there's cards jumping out, but I want to get centered myself. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for spreading your light of protection around me, for encasing these four walls, and for helping me feel grounded and safe, and for connecting me to divine light. Thank you to my angel team. Thank you to my spirit guides for helping me along through this reading, and for connecting me to Cancer's Sun, Moon, and Rising energy for June 5th to June 11th. And then we'll see what's going on here. Oh. Okay, chaos coming out. That's okay. Okay, so it looks like things are a little bit tough this week. This is energy that you would be sitting in now. This is energy that you would be feeling. The center of your reading is inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. And so this week, your inner power is really being tested. Your inner power is coming out. You have a lion kind of deep within that's trying to come out and show its roar. This could be in the form of your authentic truth. This could be in the form of standing up for yourself, declaring your inner peace or your inner, I don't know, it's just bringing out your inner strength and showing it to the world in some way, form, or fashion. Typically due to some type of outside experience that is really rubbing you the wrong way, or Spirit's kind of giving you guidance on what to do next. Because some of you might not know how to stand up in your inner power. Some of you may not know, like, the ground is shaking beneath you and you're not really sure how to stand firm. Spirit's trying to help you along with that. But this week, your main focus point is going to be learning how to navigate and learning how to cultivate your inner power, because it can come out in different ways depending on which situation that you're in. Your inner power can take many different forms. So we'll see. You have the Tower and you have the Hermit, and these cards correspond with one another in the spread that I'm using right now. So the Tower is quite literally just feeling that the ground is shaking beneath you. Perhaps some old structures are coming down. Quite literally, it just feels like the ground is shaking right now. Like, I just feel like I see the planet symbol Uranus pop up, which is something sudden, something unexpected, specifically unexpected. I'm feeling like whatever this is that's happening this week, or maybe you even saw it coming, but it actually shook you a little bit more than you thought it would. But with the Hermit card next to the Tower, this sudden unexpected change, or this reorientation that you kind of have to commit to, there's something calling for you to reflect inward or do some type of introspection in order to help you navigate this external change, because there's some reorientation that has to happen within in order to accommodate the changing external circumstances of your world. Does that make sense? You're still you at your core, but it's like you still have to maneuver a little bit and be flexible. You have Judgment and you have Two of Swords. So these are also reflecting one another. And with Judgment, that is a carpe diem, a call to action. So seizing the day. This is also just using your best judgment as well to move forward with the Two of Swords. Step forward. Stepping forward in whatever you feel called to do in this moment. Relying on external things or, following advice from like other people is not really what's being asked of you right now. So there are times to lean on others for support, and if you want to just hang around other people and be in their presence, that's fine. But reflect on your own inner power and your own inner guidance in order to figure out how to move forward with this. So the Two of Swords does indicate a decision that needs to be made, but needing to rely on your intuition to figure out what that decision is or what needs to change in your life in order to accommodate this external circumstance. And Judgment is about making that judgment call for yourself and then taking movement or action towards it. So rising up out of the coffin, coming up as like a secondary life type of, it's like a second chance at life type of thing. But it's something like that. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's something that you're exploring, because we have the Page of Wands at the root of inner power. So inner power is your focal point, and this card is meant to reflect the root of your situation, which is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, perhaps this new and unexpected thing, I'm actually feeling like this is a particular reason this thing is popping up. Whether it be like, you know, it could even, it could be, it might not even be like an external circumstance. It could be something that's happening around you that you're not used to, or that you feel you're not suited for, but Spirit's like, if it's showing up to you, then you're ready to deal with it. It's like maybe you actually have met something like this similarly in the past. So just treat it as you would now that you have grown and that you have like the wisdom that you have within is more attainable now. So rely on that, lean into that, because you can handle, if this is a situation that has happened to you before, you can handle it a lot better now than when you did before. So I don't think there's a reason to fear here, because sometimes when inner power, when that card comes up and we feel the need to be, like when we feel that we have to be summoned, like we have to step up to the plate, a lot of fears also come up with that, or a lot of insecurities come up when we're trying to call up our inner power. So Spirit's almost saying, like, forget those insecurities and kind of like, I'm not like push them down, but you're really only going to know if you're ready to face them until you actually face them. And by that point, it's just kind of, it's almost like doing the deed, do the task, just like face it so that you can move on and be done with it. You can strategize a little if you feel it necessary, but make sure that, like, okay, like, let me get in a positive and hopeful headspace. Let me review, like, things in the past. Don't spend too long in the past, of course, but review in the past and think, okay, what happened before? You can compare and contrast, and then you can also, like, take notice and celebrate how you feel now compared to how you did back then. Yes, there's a little bit of fear and insecurity popping up, but I also feel like there's a sense of security here, and it's like in a sense that, oh, I know how to direct this. I know what to do. The Page of Wands is like discovering new things, discovering new passions, discovering new zests, and this is coming up from the root. So you could be inspired to take action in some way or in some direction. So follow that inspiration, follow your heart, wherever that inner Page of Wands wants to go. This is quite literally the fire that is flaming up from within. The Page of Wands is the suit of fire, and that's honestly what I identify with like inner power. I view it as this internal flame that just flares up and gets stronger and stronger as we feed it different experiences in life, so long as we don't take the measures to, you know, put it out, and we keep standing up for ourselves, we keep calling on our inner power, whether that be in relation to keeping our boundaries and standing up for ourselves, like through via word, or something like having a calm and patience and not letting certain energies affect us as we move about our day. However you feel called to show up for yourself at this time is valid, like from whatever's coming up from your intuition, whatever is making you feel like, okay, this is the right thing to do for me. So long as you are not actively hurting anyone and you're like staying in your own space, of course. I also want to like be clear that not every way, like if you feel like going out and like physically hurting someone, like that's not okay. But validating the way that you want to show up for yourself, and the way that you want to call on your inner power. Oh, interesting. You also have higher power too in your other oracle cards. So, oh, you got a lot of stuff going on. Oh my goodness, you got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, okay. So, higher power says that there's a higher power with you at this time. Wow, this is... So, Cancer is a very emotional sign. A lot of the water signs are, because they do connect with your... It's like synonymous with like the cups. So, regardless of where Cancer placements are in your chart, Cancers do connect very deeply with sensitivities, with different hurts, with their emotions. They connect very deeply with life in general when they have major Cancer placements. So you're somebody who might actually feel your higher power walk with you, and if there's ever a doubt, this card pops up as a reminder that they are walking with you. Now you also have, though, clean it up. So you could actually be feeling called to clean up your physical space at this time. I do feel like it's your energetic space that needs to clean up. So your energetic space kind of needs to be like cleared up a little bit in order to enforce this connection with your highest power. I wouldn't say a highest power, but whatever power that you connect with. If you want to connect with divine love and you're noticing the connection's just a little bit mucky, you know, if you have to like, you know, smoke out your home or living space or whatever, or if you use bells to clear or Reiki symbols or something, or even if you just use imagery or candle magic or something, whatever you use for protection, kind of double down on it a little bit and really get into that sense of peace and safety, because we all are protected, we all are safe. But when it comes to protecting our peace of mind, getting ourselves into, like, getting ourselves situated spiritually is important in order to receive that peace. Okay? So just clearing up your space, you know, clearing up your agenda. If you have a bunch of to-do items on the list, maybe clearing some of those off for your own peace of mind. That is also clearing up energy in our lives too. And you also have why. Why? So reconnecting with your purpose as to why you're doing something, or why you would be making this decision or undertaking this course of action versus another one. What have you learned from the past that you can take into consideration in the present? How can you move forward with what you know now? And is this something that, like, you know, make sure that you're not taking on too much. It's not like I want to advise on taking too little, but it's almost like make sure that you can, if you're taking on like a new project or a new task, make sure that you have time. Okay, all right, make sure that you're having the time to actually, like, you're not piling up things on your plate. Spirit is saying, like, make sure you focus on what is important to you now. So what was important to you back then might not be important to you now, and that's okay, because plans change, people change, divine timing is a thing, and we are always changing. You might have made a commitment even to Spirit to do something, or you might have made a commitment to somebody else. And while I'm not really a big fan of breaking commitments, if it's something that no longer resonates with you, and if it's something that you feel the need to break out of, or you're feeling called within your heart to separate from, not out of fear, but out of a love for where you stand now, or perhaps you just don't feel zest for that project anymore, you can come clean and say, okay, like, this is just not for me. Like, it's totally okay to put down those, it's just totally okay to let that go. But if you feel called to pursue those things, you know, and you've been dragging your feet for a long time, then maybe this is your call to step up and move forward with it. But I'm hearing also, like, in Spirit say, I can't. So if you feel that you can't, then drop it. It's okay. Look the other way. That's totally fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But Spirit is saying, like, you know, you can decide. Deciding will bring you a lot of peace of mind for how to move forward with this energy. Okay? Because actively making a decision and committing to that decision is going to help even clear up some of your space. Okay? You have beginnings. Don't be afraid to start small. So don't be afraid to make smaller changes rather than big changes. You don't have to change your whole life today. You don't have to completely restructure this tower today. So you can start small and work your way towards bigger change. If you're not sure how you're going to manifest something yet, you can just take the small little efforts now to dream it up and, like, come up with a plan first, draft a plan, kind of like how one would pursue writing a book. You don't have to be like a pantser, like a lot of people do when they sit down at their desk and they start writing a story immediately. Some people just, it doesn't flow to them like that, and that's okay. Some people need a solid structure. So if you have to bring out the architectural paper and plan your tower or plan your next moves before you execute them, that's fine. Do it. Everybody works differently. Okay? You also have wallflower. Look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. So to find your way out of your, I don't know why I'm hopping on this tower metaphor. I feel like the tower moment is something you're kind of in now, or energy that you're, like, stepping into. You're feeling it coming on now. If this resonates with you, then this is something you're experiencing now. So don't, like, be like, oh my god, this tower moment is coming. Like, you know, if you're not feeling it now, it's not for you. But so looking for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. So what I love about wallflower is that, you know, just looking out for the exit and following where you see the light. So wherever your heart is calling you to, make sure you're following the light out of there, following the sun. Don't wait for night to fall, basically, or it can get very dark if you spend a long time in there. So if you spend a long time in your situation watching the tower fall around you, you're not really going to get anywhere. So make sure that you're moving towards something. You will find a crack in the wall. Trust me, you will find it. So just keep moving forward and, you know, try to find a way to break out of the structures that you're in now. I'm going to roll the dice for you, and yeah, we'll close out your reading with some angel dice. But I'm not on a solid surface, so I'm going to roll it in this little box. 400. Oh yeah, 400. Pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. You are in direct communication with God. Know that your prayers are heard. One more time. You are in direct communication with God. Know that your prayers are heard. And this could be God, like not in the religious sense, but love, universe, source, whatever you connect with. But the center of a higher being for you, or like what all is, or what all consciousness is, you are in direct communication with that. So just know that you're being heard. They're walking with you at this time. Trust that you are loved. You are here, and you have the ability to create any change you want, any change that you desire. So really have faith in that. Have faith in your dreams. That way you can keep moving forward and use that hope and motivation to spur you forward. Okay? That being said, Cancer, that was your reading. Thank you so much to you, your angel guides and your spirit team, my angel guides and spirit team, everybody involved, especially Archangel Michael. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel that message for you. Yeah, if you like this video, if you like my vibe, if you think I'm cool, go ahead, like it, subscribe, and all the things. That way it helps the channel grow and you keep up to date with the content that I post. And yeah, I hope you have the best week. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.